All right. This is Mark with a plumbing company, A&M Plumbing Company. I know what these are, helical piles. So, house has been leveled before. So here we are. This is the culprit why the kitchen sink keeps backing up. So if you look up here, that's a 6-inch gap. So they picked this house up 6 inches, and there's your 6-inch separation. Of course, it's all root infested. So when you pick up a house 6 inches, the plumbing system, which is buried in the ground, is not gonna move, and of course, it's gonna break or pull apart fittings and stuff. So that's what transpired here. So far, this is just the kitchen. I did find other breaks under the house towards the hall bath. I'll show you guys that here in a bit. All right, so this is flowable fill. We got a combo, 3-inch combo, 3x2 combo actually. Combination. Look at this tub. Here, let me hold the camera straight so you can see the tub. That's the tub line right here with all that tension and stress. Broke the 2-inch side outlet. This is a 3-inch sanitary tee. Yep, 3-inch sanitary tee. My toilet is right there, right on top, embedded in the dirt. So I gotta cut all that out. This thing's under a lot of tension and stress. What I like to point out is my outlet, the trunk line, the 3-inch outlet going towards the street is higher than my trunk line behind it. We're gonna have to do a temporary on this and figure out what the heck to do. This is terrible. It's under a lot of tension. Wait. Yeah, it's under a lot of tension. A lot of tension. All right. We are completed here at the hall bath. See my connections. We got heavy duty, no hub there. We went ahead and strapped and rebar the trunk line there. And then of course we did hang the tub, strap the T. As you can see, my P-trap is hung. Whew. It's like 100 degrees down here. It is hot. Even though most of the heat is outside, it is hot down here. But this is what it looks like, finished product. Strap secured and hung. I try not to add too many hangers in this general area. Those of you or those plumbers that has done plumbing back in the days, we all know there's copper lines in that general area of the walls. I was able to see one copper line, which is right there. I drilled right in between. I guess there's a manifold there. Yeah, it's a high risk of drilling through the slab. I run a high risk of, putting a hanger here. Not only it'll be under tension here, but hitting the copper line. There's another one right here. So that's the finished product. Trying to get a little comfortable in here. All right, so we got the kitchen already anchored. There it is, clevis hanger. And of course, I like to secure the clevis hanger with tie wire so it doesn't go anywhere. It's pretty much solid. I don't know if you remember when we first started, there was a 6-inch gap right here from when they raised the house. Look at that gap under the foundation on this thing. Anyhow, so the house has been leveled. We went ahead and properly secured everything, especially the riser. Me personally, I like to pop a rebar behind the riser, strapping everything in place, making sure it doesn't move. We always got to make sure nothing moves during the backfill. All we're waiting now is for City of San Antonio DSD, Department of Development Services, which is the inspector, and the engineer, the structural engineer, is going to come out here, survey the repairs and foundation, and I don't know what they do. I don't know if they get soil samples or City of San Antonio. If you're in the city municipality of City of San Antonio, they require an engineer's report. Other than that, this is another tunnel done. So here is the entry of the tunnel. That's how we get underneath the house. Going in, expose all the plumbing, you know, all the bad plumbing. But I want to point this out. So before we even know, or before we expose the broken piping under the house from the house being lifted, if you're purchasing a house, if you're not sure if it's had foundation issues or if it's been lifted, tattletale signs would be the concrete patching in the garage driveway. And I'm going to show you this, most importantly, this right here. So this is a 2-inch conduit. That is the main wires or the power lines that feeds this meter. This is a riser. So you can see how much the house sank and how much they picked it back up. And if you see there's wires exposed, it's not I mean, even though it has coating on it, but that's not good, because you don't know what kind of internal damages it's done inside that electrical meter box. But usually stuff like that, they're tattletale signs. Other than that, this house is good to go. It's been repiped, and hopefully you guys like these videos. Peace.